Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 918 Haley Court here in Oregon City. We're located at the front of the home. We're just off to the right of the front doorway. Here in the concrete patio we have a 4-inch ABS cleanout. This will be our point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. Here we go. I apologize, we may have to clean the camera lens off. It's scraped enough grease off the bottom of the pipe here that getting the lens a little dirty. And it transitions here to 3034 PVC pipe. Appears to just be 4-inch. It looks like there's a little bit of standing water here right at the transition point. We'll take a look at that on the way out when the line's all drained. It's a very, very common spot to get a little standing water. You've got two pieces of pipe being installed at different times, and it's very common to have that. Alright, here at 45 feet out, we've reached the main lateral. I'm going to do locates to verify where the line terminates, and then we'll let it drain out completely here. The PVC portion of the line appears to have a couple spots with some standing water. We'll see what those look like when it's drained out. Alright, located the camera head successfully out the main lateral. The line only goes about 4 feet or so out into the street before hitting the main. The majority of the pipe itself resides on property. We still have a little water trickling off here. I don't know if we've got something slow draining in the house, but we've had the water turned off for 3 or 4 minutes now, so. Now this is the standing water I was referring to that we wanted to check when it's all drained out here. And the reason that's important is, in general, once you've got about 5 feet of pipe with 3/4 to 1 inch of water, that's where I typically see just regular old toilet paper building up in the line. Not things like diaper wipes and paper towels and grease and stuff like that. Now the water level here, at its worst point, barely came up halfway up the lens, so I mean it's barely over 1/4 of an inch of water there. It's not ideal, and I'll go locate to see where this is at, but it's not such a significant belly. This is something that can absolutely be lived with. As long as you're not putting things down the line that shouldn't go down there, huge wads of toilet paper and paper towels, grease down the sink, tampons, stuff that you know shouldn't go down there, toilet paper and a reasonable amount of food down the disposal is not going to clog this line up. All the stuff that I see here on the sidewalls is grease buildup. There's no toilet paper or anything of that nature. So I'll just locate to see where this is at. And we do have a dent in the top of the pipe there. And getting underneath this here, I do not see any perforations in the pipe or anything like that to indicate it's opened up to the ground. I moved the camera around a little bit while it was paused just to locate this. The entire section here, it's a 10-foot section from 28 feet to 38 feet. It barely gets over a quarter of an inch. I'm just going to call it a quarter inch of water across the entire thing. Again, which is not a significant amount of standing water at all. If this were an inch of standing water, I would be much, much more concerned. I'm not going to recommend any repair there. It's just simply not worth the money. It's 6 feet deep under the driveway, and the driveway skirt too. You would have a very large repair and very expensive to correct something that shows no indication of significant flow resistance there. So just make sure you're not putting, paper towels down the line, stuff like that. And then right here, again, this is a very common occurrence at transition points. You've got two pieces of pipe being installed at different times. A lot of times they have to kind of connect these things in a cattywampus fashion in order to get them to connect properly. So there's no indication here. This is likely how it was installed. The pipe, if you get up right close to the pipe joint here, is still, the black pipe is butted right up against the green pipe. And it appears that Fernco is still in place there and the joint's still sealed off. So, and yeah, any that little bit of standing water there is not a concern. Mostly just wanted to make sure that joint wasn't separated and opened up to the ground. I'm going to go ahead and reel the camera on out of the line here. Again, just make sure that folded toilet paper is what's going down the toilet. And then just be reasonable at what goes down the sink. You can put a fair amount of stuff down the disposal. You really just want to watch super fatty foods and dumping cooking oil down the sink you just fried food up with. Aside from that, your toilet paper and everything else is going to shoot through there just fine. We do have adequate flow to the main lateral. The pipe itself is in good condition. It's not broken or separated or anything like that, and the line is functioning at this time. Now, if you have any suspicions that your kids are putting a bunch of crazy stuff down there, you can do a rescope, and you can do a hydrojet if you ever got some debris to build up. Again, you'd have to be abusing the line pretty hard to get stuff to build up there.